Hey everybody, it's Al with CAD Cam Wizard, and today we're going to go through Easel, importing a file, setting up our stock in Zero, and ultimately posting our G-code. So let's take a look. So to begin with, where do we go to set up the stock in Zero? On the right side of the screen, it might be hidden on you, but if you click this arrow over here, it will open up. If you click this arrow over here, it switches either side, or if you pull the three dots, you can do it this way. Okay. Now, this is the material size you're working with, so we can come in here just by clicking on it, and then we're going to type in the size we want. So you can type in any size that you want. I would just recommend you make it smaller than the travel of your machine. So for my example, it's going to be 6 by 6, and then as far as my origin, it's going to be top center. So I'm done setting up my stock. If I want to adjust the thickness, I can do that here. Alright, so that gives us our stock, and this gives us our drawing. Now on this side over here, we can go ahead and pre-pick which tool we're going to use. So let's just say it's this 1/8 inch end mill. And then we can also come over to our settings, and we can type those in as far as how fast we want it to run. So this is going to be 50 and 50. And then I'm going to say the depth per pass will at least be the size of the cutter. So this is going to be 1/4 inch. The type, the fill method, I want a raster method. And then I want the tool to plunge. Alright, so that gets all of those settings set up. Now we're over here in the CAD, and if we use our mouse wheel, it kind of rolls in direction. If you hit Control and use your mouse wheel, so I'm holding Control, now it will zoom to mouse, so you can zoom in and out a little bit easier. Alright, the next thing we want to do is import a file. So we're going to go to this icon over here where it says Import. And then we're going to come down to DXF Import 2.0. From here, we'll go to the directory that we've saved our file in. We're going to grab it from here and just click Open. From there, we're going to choose Upload. And it'll give us a preview of our geometry. We want it joined, and it will be on path. And we're going to choose Import. Okay, so at this point, we've imported our geometry, okay, and you can see it's bigger than our stock, so we're going to select it by clicking on it, and then we're going to click and hold to drag one of the corners down in size. And then as far as position, we're going to say go to center, and we're going to tell it where that center position is. Okay. At this point, we're going to left click on the screen, and we can kind of zoom in a little bit, and you can see we have Florida, and then on this side over here, it's previewing the cut, so it's cutting through the part. So in our example, we want to add an offset so we can pocket this area and then profile around the top of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to this building block type icon called Apps. Okay, from here we can go to Utilities, and down in Utilities they have different options. We're going to go to this Offset, but it does say that it wants us to select the geometry first. So we'll close out of there, select our geometry, come back to here, Utilities, and then Offset. And we just want it to offset 1/4 inch, and we want it to offset to the outside, and we do want to keep the original. So we're going to go ahead and choose Import, and that gives us an offset border for our state. So now what we want to do is select this inside shape, so you can see you can click on either the inside one or the outside. So we're going to select on the inside one. We're going to go to Cut. From here we're going to change this depth to 1/4 inch, and then we'll hit Tab. Alright, and then we want to change the style of cut from on shape to a pocket, and that gives us our pocket routine. So now we have a pocket routine to move back and forth, to remove the state logo on the inside, and then we have a profile around the outside to cut it out. Over here you can see our estimated cycle time. We're going to go ahead and run a simulation. This will preview our tool path so we can see what we're getting. In our example, we actually want to cut all the way through, and you may not be able to tell, but it's actually taking 2 passes, and that's based on our tool definition. So I want it to just take 1 pass when it does the cutout. So I'm going to go back to cut settings, and I'm going to change this depth per pass to 0.5 and hit tab. Alright, now we'll see an update. We didn't really see much, we just know that it's less than 10 minutes. We're going to run simulate again, and though it's hard to see, you can tell it's only taking 1 pass for the outside shape now. Alright, it's going to take 4 minutes to cut. We can play this through and be able to see exactly what it's going to do. We can speed it up if we want to see it run faster. So it zigzags back and forth, follows the profile, cleans up the rest of the material, and then it cuts the shape out. Alright, now the last thing we want to do is we want to save this as our G code. So we're going to go to project, and we'll say download G code, and then that will download it to your downloads folder. Okay, now that we've done that, we'll come over to G sender. In this case, let's say the machine is set up with G-Sender. We can come in and grab that file, and now you can see that file opened up in G-Sender. So yes, you can use Easel to post G-code for other machines. Up next, we have Carbide Create.